Good. Alright, so as you know, we've kind of been talking about how this is going to be our last session together. So I kind of just wanted to take this space to talk about how you're feeling about it and everything like we've reviewed and the progress we've done. I know when it comes to like ending things, sometimes there's a lot of mixed feelings about it, which is okay. But I would like to kind of reflect on your progress, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I would really like to hear from you about how you're feeling about today's last session and kind of like what you feel like you've met your goals or if we still need to work on some stuff.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a little like nervous, to be ending it all. Like we've been working a lot with what I've wanted to do and like what we've talked about, and I think I'm doing really good with what we were talking about. With my ESL classes, those are going really good. Actually, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like I'm able to, have small conversations here and there, so I really like that. And I was able to, with your help, obviously, find my 3 resources in the community. So that's really helpful with my ESL classes too. Like I've been able to like go in and talk with them. And but it still makes me a little bit nervous to be ending our sessions, but I think the progress that I've made is pretty good.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you sharing that with me. It sounds like things are going really good in your ESL classes. You're starting to build some skills. I'm really glad that we did get you to find some safe spaces in your community and the domestic violence shelter too. I think as long as we keep going to our ESL classes and building those steps, we'll get to a point where we can have even longer conversations and it will open up so many more doors. It really is just like the time it takes to implement those, but you are showing great progress in that, and the resilience that you're showing and going and like keeping that on your schedule, because I know you have lots of things to take care of too, but making time for those classes has really shown your progress.
Yeah.
I know we also talked about the rights that you have and the things that you are able to access, and I just want to remind you, especially in our last session, that you have the right to live a good life and have access to emergency care and housing and support services. I will be printing out a sheet for you with all those resources we did talk about for you to take home with you. And I know that sometimes when it comes to the end of a therapeutic relationship, a lot of feelings can come up, and those feelings might be nervousness. I do want to let you know that if you ever do need to reach out, feel free to contact me through the agency. I am more than happy to be here. My door will be open for you if you ever need it, alright?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I really see some incredible strength. I think one of the hardest things to do is to ask for help. And I think you doing that and advocating for your kids has been great. And I think as long as you hold those values close to you and you remember that, I think you would continue to make great progress as well. Is there anything that you feel like there might get in the way of like continuing progress? Or I know we really talked about the language barrier and about how scary it can be to go through your situation with your husband. I know we talked about feeling like we were walking on eggshells a little bit, so we found some safe spaces to go to. Is there anything else that you think might make it a little harder to continue with your progress, because you are doing so well right now? I just want to best prepare you.
Yeah. No, the only thing that I would think would probably like stop or like maybe like halt a little the progress would be just like the transportation aspect of it, but I've been able to manage like the routes and everything that like are planned out, and even though it's like running a little bit later or earlier than I would expect, I try to get there like 15-ish minutes before like the bus route is supposed to get there. So I'm trying to, go through that so that it doesn't stop me from being able to go to my classes, because I really enjoy going. And even if I get there early, I still get there. But no, I don't think there's a lot. It's just like the unknown of like after like this relationship that we have. Like I don't know like if anything can like pop up or but that's the only thing I can really think of, because now I have like where I can go in case like things get bad again. and I'm able to talk to them at least to like
For sure.
let them know like what's happening.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the little sheet that I'm going to print out with all the resources that we have, I will also include the little bus station and the routes with the maps that we have gotten for you. I know transportation is a bit of a stressor to figure those things out. As you continue to work through those areas, is there anything else that you think might be a barrier to getting the care you need?
No, I don't think so, because I talked to some of the places that I went to and I asked, just because I know that I have more than like 2 kids, and some places didn't really like house more than 2, but no, you helped me find some places that do like have, but that's the only thing I could think of like with my kids, but I think we're okay.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, do you feel like you're at a good stopping point right now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so that was one of our goals, to get to like a good stable place, have those resources. Let's see. If you think things can become hard again, what are some things you think you can do to take care of yourself? I know we talked about some coping skills. Do you remember those coping skills?
Yeah, I remember we talked about like music and cleaning and being able to pray. And I use those coping skills like in my day-to-day life, even if it's like little things. They help a lot. Now that I know that like they are coping skills, I use them a lot, and I think like if things get really bad, like I can go somewhere that's safe rather than just like rely on them in the moment, because they're good. I like using them, but I have somewhere safe that I can go to with my kids. So
Okay, good. And I can't help but notice that you're smiling as you're letting me know this. Your resilience you have shown throughout, and the progress you have made in our work together is really promising. One thing that I would like to do as a referral for you, just to keep you on a good track, if you're open to it, of course, I will give you the sheet of everything we've talked about and the resources. But I'm also thinking about referring you to a bilingual therapist. Would that be something you're interested in, just to talk things out? Like if things, I know it's very hard emotionally sometimes to have these transitions. You have endured a lot. So if that feels like something that could be like supportive and you're open to, I can include those numbers in there.
Yeah, I'd like that actually. I would really like that, yeah.
Okay. And I'm also thinking of adding a domestic violence legal advocate, just in case those feelings come back and you notice that something else shifts in your dynamic. Would that be something you would like to have included?
Yeah, I think that's also something I should have included in there. Yeah.
Sure, of course. Right. I know endings can sometimes bring up a lot of feelings. I feel like we've done amazing progress, and that has been all of you. I feel like you are very resilient. You're going through a lot, and you have done such good progress in work. I was wondering if sometimes people at the end of sessions like to have some feedback, and I absolutely love to hear y'all's feedback. Just because I feel like I can further help people that might be in your situation as you've gone through. Do you have anything else that I should probably like think about or communicate? Anything that stood out to you?
I like that you really heard me. Like the things that I was saying, I didn't even know. Like what I was saying earlier with the coping skills, like I didn't know there was a word for what I was doing, like because it's just things that I did to make me feel better, and you were able to like put that in front of me and explain it to me, and you did that with a lot of things, especially with trying to help me like make my goals. Like you really did help me like be able to be like, okay, this is something that you said that you need, and you helped me with it, and I'm currently doing that too. So I think you do a really good job just being able to listen and help me create those goals, and pushing me to be able to do them too, even if it was a little scary to start doing them.
a lot of things can be scary. Change is always scary as well.
Yeah.
Well, I really do appreciate that. It sounds like you really benefit from psychoeducation, huh? Yeah. All right. I will for sure match you with a good therapist. I think has the same techniques and is a bilingual therapist as well. So again, so our time is kind of coming to a close. We have about a minute or so. If you ever feel like you need to talk again, you are more than welcome to reach out through the agency. You have my name, you have my number as well. If you ever feel like you need to come back. But you are showing so much promise and resiliency, and I can tell you are doing this for yourself and for your kiddos, which I think goes such a long way as well. I just really wanted to thank you for coming in, and I know one of the hardest things is coming in for help, but we are here if you ever need it again, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I really appreciate your strength and the love you have for your children. I know that you have so many things ahead to look forward to with your kiddos going off to middle school and high school and their graduation. I am just so glad that we can get you to a safe space to where you will be able to see them grow up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being able
Yeah, of
to
course.
help with that.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we missed or anything you would like to talk about before we end?
I don't think there is.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, here's your piece of paper with all the resources.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, Lupita, I really appreciate you coming in and being vulnerable and advocating for yourself, but you're showing lots of promise and resiliency. It was great working with you.
It was great being here. Thank you.
All right.